Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, 10 to 9 a.m. And here I am. Even if it's 10 minutes, I'm here, right? Um, today, today is one of the most slower days for me, and I'm grateful for it. Um, today's what? I don't even have my phone. Well, my next phone. But today we're going to speak very briefly on God in your heart. And I'm not sure where God is going to take this, if it's going to be short, if it's going to be long. But nevertheless, God in your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. So um, we're going to take this morning's reading from Proverbs 4 and verse 23. And it says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Right? The issues of life. I want to also touch on this not just from the aspect of um, keeping your heart with respect to situations, but also keeping your heart with respect to offense, because the spirit of offense could have a lot of us missing out on things that God has in store for us. But because we're offended, we easily are shaken. We move ourselves from places, people, and circumstances that probably was supposed to be a blessing to us, right? So the spirit of offense is one of the things that we would speak on with respect to keeping your heart, because it's not only keeping your heart with respect to relationships or from people that can potentially just trample on you, but it is also putting yourself in a safe space with respect to how you communicate with people and how you receive communication. Because it is not just about, in this case, it's not about how you give in your communication, how you communicate, but it is how you receive communication. Because it is the communication that you receive that will determine if you are someone that keeps your heart or not, right? So when it says with all diligence, diligence means that there is a measure in which, in every circumstance, you have set, should I say, a guard. In every circumstance, you have set a guard which would work as a cushion or a pillow to guard you against any potential offense that may come to you. Because what actually causes breakdown in us is when we do not have that guard, one, and where, or if that guard is faulty in some way, and we allow what someone says or a particular situation that happened to infiltrate into us so deeply that we cannot function, nor can we communicate with other people, right? So, keeping your heart, keeping your heart, keep thy heart. It doesn't say let your boyfriend keep your heart. Let your husband keep your heart. Let your friend, let your pastor keep your heart. You keep your heart. It is in keeping your heart is where the integrity of the way how you make decisions and how you think would actually come about, right? Because offense will come, right? That's a given. Offense will come. But the thing about offense is, how do you receive the offense? It's based on how you receive the offense would determine if it causes a change or an effect in your heart and how you deal with people, how you deal with circumstance. You may be someone that you are kind-hearted and you are mostly kind to everyone, and you come upon a situation in life where it threatens the, should I say, the kindness of your heart or the softness of your heart. It threatens who you are as a person. So, because of the circumstance, you have now allowed your heart to become hard in certain areas or towards a particular thing or towards a particular person. And this is the integrity that we're going to speak on this morning, because it is a directive whereby in hardening your heart to someone in one season, you may very well need that very person or that circumstance will come around again where you are expected to deal with it differently. So it is very important to assess situations when they are coming towards you. If it is that in the communication that you are having, because keeping your heart comes, the realm of keeping your heart comes from communication, right? And in communication, it would now be that in the beginning, if you recognize that a certain measure of offense can potentially enter your heart, this is where the provision in which you're supposed to put aside, the pillow that we spoke of earlier on, is supposed to now be activated to cushion whatever communication is coming towards you. Two things have to be determined. Is it constructive criticism that you are receiving for the betterment of who you can become as a person, or is the communication that you are receiving coming from a place of malice in order to degrade you in some way to make you feel less than yourself? Either way, you must assess to know which one to cause to pass the gate of your heart and which one to let stay outside. Because constructive criticism, it have persons who can't even take that. It have people that don't want to hear nothing at all. That is their way or the highway. But in life, there are situations where persons should be able, there got to be someone that can tell you about yourself and you listen. That is constructive criticism. That is criticism that would be able to help you to become a person, even in that very heart that you're keeping. But what some persons may do is take that constructive criticism and try to turn it into malice because of the spirit of offense, right? So assess that, see if it is you are hearing with an ears to respond and not with an ears to actually understand what the person is telling you in order for that change to take place in your heart. And thereafter that change takes place in your heart, then you put a guard or you put the cushion to protect the work that you have now done in that area. So keep your heart with all diligence. It is up to you to keep your heart. No one can keep your heart for you except you keep your heart, and God allows you the strength to be able to keep your heart in the midst of circumstance. When you are in, if you speak in the aspect of marriage or relationships, it is not, should I say, the aspect of giving your heart. You know, you go in and they have the slogan, my heart is yours, my heart beats for you. It have all these pretty things. Wisdom would apply scripture, because when you go in to a marriage or a relationship and you go in with lacking wisdom and you go in head first, heart first, everything first, without actually walking in with wisdom, it becomes difficult for you to actually pick up the pieces if anything goes wrong and that very heart that you're supposed to keep was shattered because you gave it into someone else's hand. Understand that if you put your heart, or your heart is kept, because you can actually give someone else your heart to keep, and in giving that person your heart to keep, it also means that that person has control over every circumstance of how you react in life. It means that they can poke you, and they can poke you to the point that they get certain reactions from you. And it's really a dangerous place to be, because this person that you have given your heart, or this circumstances that you allow to come in and affected you so deeply, now has total and complete control over you unaware. So it is paramount that you be the one keep your heart, even in marriage, yes. Even in marriage, yes, because it actually is more healthy, I should say, if you are someone that is able to apply Proverbs 4 and verse 23 to your heart and to your life in the midst of a relationship, marriage, business deal, anything. It is actually more healthy for you to be one that actually keeps yourself, because it now puts you in a position to make better grounded decisions rather than make a decision because you probably don't want to get somebody angry, or you're trying to always be in agreement with the person, when that is not the goal of communication. The goal of communication, let's be honest, it would not always be to agree. The goal of communication is to put forward your perspective, and that person whom you put forward your communication to understands your perspective, thereby they now giving you their perspective as well. And the understanding of both communication is what takes place in the center there. So if it is that that person gives communication and that person has your heart, that person would, you would just automatically just come in agreement with everything they say without having a valid perspective to contribute. So keeping your heart also gives you a healthy means by which you communicate your perspective, which can be an attribute or a contribution to what you bring to the table, right? So keep your heart, keep it from offense, keep it, well, I know, as I say, not keep it from offense, but try your endeavor best not to allow offense to enter you, because offense could cause you to push away the people that's supposed to be a help to you. If it is constructive criticism that you are receiving, assess that thing. Look at it back and forth. See how much truth it has in it. Wait. And if it does have truth in it of things that you need to rectify about you, allow that thing to enter your heart. Let it do the work on the inside of you. And then keep your heart at that level. It means now you have grown. It means that your heart has now matured to a different place. So keeping your heart is not also keeping everything out, but it's putting a filter to know what you allow to come in. That is what keeping your heart with all diligence means. For out of it flows the issues of life. Out of it flows the issues of life has to deal with your response, has to deal with what you allow in, what you allow to affect your heart is actually what would become an issue in your life. So those things that become an issue is what you now have to find solutions to the problems for. And if it has become an issue in your heart, it means now that in finding the solution is also an opportunity for you to be able to grow from the circumstance. Right? So, as I said, it wouldn't be long this morning. I just came because I needed to share as well, even if it's a little snippet. So, I'm going to leave you all with this. Very short this morning, very short, I know. But nevertheless, let it bless you. Share it with someone. Guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. Guard it in relationship, guard it in business deals, guard it in marriage, guard it in friendship, guard it in every situation that can cause your emotional health to shift, that can cause your soul to be stirred up in direction that could probably get you easily angry or could get you cutting off everybody when you actually need people around you. So put yourself in healthy circumstances that your heart could actually reflect that of a healthy heart in which you can show the result that you have kept it and you haven't given it unworthily into the hands of other people. You be the keeper of your heart. You be the keeper of your heart. Right? So that is all I wanted to share this morning. I would continue to say, Sakang turns 1, 29th of September, coming up. If you want to become a part of us or you want to actually attend the birthday bash come true, call me, message me, let me know. Um, as I said, the address will not be given out on Facebook. It will only be given to those that are part of the guests, right? So what I will say is a really nice ambience, really nice settings that we're gonna have put together for you all. On the day, walk with your dancing shoes. And that is all. Let's have a time. So I pray for you all this morning. Anybody who has been in a situation of offense, lighting has gone down, but nevertheless, we're finished. Anyone who has been in a circumstance of offense, assess the situation, see if that offense and it is worth cutting this person off, or if it is that you are actually moving in a state of being offended, not just for no reason, but offended because of your insecurities. Ensure that you are not offended because of your insecurities. Because if you are offended because of your insecurities, it means more than likely what that person would have told you is truth. And it would be a constructive criticism that you are now putting as offense, right? So look at that and make sure that that is not the situation. But at the end of the day, guard your heart and don't give nobody else the keys to your heart to hold on to. You be the turnkey, you be the gatekeeper of that. So you all have a good one, blessed one. I'm out.